Hello, this is Gary Bloom. I'll be back with our Italian League roundup later on. But first to the biggest match in Italy this week, and possibly anywhere in the world, as Milan play host to Juventus. The commentators are Liam Brady and Peter Brackley.
Well, the absence of Roberto Baggio and Savicevic through injury would be devastating for most teams. For Milan, it's a setback, of course, but they simply dip into their vast resources to reshuffle the pack. Marco Simone and the exciting George Weah will shoulder the main attacking responsibility, with a midfield comprising Eranio, Boban, Desai and Donadoni. Albertini is suspended. It's the usual back four, with the incomparable Baresi playing today his 29th Serie A match against Juventus. Well, Juve's hopes of unhinging Baresi and co will centre on the usual strike force of Del Piero, Ravanelli and Vialli. Del Piero, with his coach insisting it's time he worked as hard for his club team again as he does for his country. No Jugovic, he's injured, so is Pasotto. Vierkavod, though, the veteran, returns at the back, while Paulo Sousa and Deschamps both came through unscathed from international duty at midweek to provide the creativity from midfield. Juve then to kick off. Ravanelli, who was in the Italian team and drew with Croatia last weekend. Vialli, who no longer features on the international scene, having had his differences, of course, with Arrigo Sacchi, the Italian coach. Torricelli. This is Deschamps. The covering defender, Cristian Panucci. Also seems to be out of favour with Arrigo Sacchi at the moment. He's been relegated back to the under-21s, having had a run in the senior side. On by Desai, the Frenchman. I gather Walter Smith of Glasgow Rangers is also having a struggle to get his seat in the stadium today. Let's hope he finds it in time. Paulo Sousa. Ferrara had been doubtful during the week because of injury. He was injured in the game against Croatia for the Italians. It's Desai with the attempted through pass. Now Simone. Did well then to set himself up for the shot, Simone. But in the end, well wide of Peruzzi's goal.
Yeah, probably a sign of nerves there. Miscontrol, I think, Peter, by Tacchinardi, and Simone was onto it. Tacchinardi did well. He pushed him out, and it was always going to be difficult from that angle. But a sign of nerves.
There's Vierkavod. Outmaneuvered, though, by Simone. 1-2 with the referee, which doesn't come off. It's Robert Anthony Boggi from Salerno, the man in charge this afternoon. I'm sure he'll be feeling the tension as much as anyone else. Vialli. Now Delivio. Desai. Simone. He'll be up front then with George Weah. Simone. Here's Desai, showing his aggression. Such a belligerent player, Desai. He's now the captain of the French team, although he plays as a defender now for his country, rather than the midfield role. Something to such great effect for Milan. So he was signed as a defender. He was converted by Fabio Capello to that midfield position. Paulo Sousa now, the Portuguese international. Torricelli, who got storming forward there. Here's Torricelli now. Well, the whistle's gone. It'll be a free kick to Milan. Such a versatile player, Torricelli. Occupy any one of a number of roles. And there he was, showing his attacking verve. Costa Quarta for Milan. Donadoni playing on the left of midfield, Eranio on the right. Desai and Boban in the two central positions. That'll suit Boban, he's much happier there. And Simone. The free kick going Milan's way. Donadoni. Ball clearance only as far as George Weah. Ravanelli was back there hustling. In came Vierkavod. And that'll be a free kick to Milan. Clumsy challenge by Vierkavod. Vierkavod who's back in the team after a lung complaint, not for the first time in his career. He's had this problem recurring down the years, so maybe a little ring rusty. The referee wants that ball further back. The anxiety is growing here among those Juve defenders, including Ravanelli, who's back in the wall. A strike from Simone! And what a strike it was too! Milan take the lead. A wonderful free kick by Marco Simone. His first goal in Serie A this season. No chance for Peruzzi.
Yeah, what a strike, Peter. Just touched. Donadoni stopped it, and he's come on and he's hit it with the outside of his right foot, and it's actually swerved.
Has it been deflected, I wonder?
I'm not sure, Peter. I think it was a swerve on it.
I see better from there. Well, it was certainly swerving, no question about that. Oh, it's a great start for Milan. Simone, who's got to fight on for his place, of course, in the Milan team this season since the arrival of George Weah and Roberto Baggio. And he's really only playing because Savicevic and Baggio aren't available today. Let's see it again here. Is there a deflection? Or is it just a swerve, just a bend on the shot? Maldini now, taking on Ferrara. Well, that's a battle of heavyweights, those two, Maldini and Ferrara.
Well, that's right, but look at the power of Maldini going on the outside there. What a tremendous asset to have in your team, not only as a defender, but when he gets forward. And he'll be pretty dangerous. If they can deliver this ball into the right area, he can head a goal here, Maldini.
Desai has come forward too, and of course George Weah is in there. Boban with the free kick. Simone's in the 6-yard box. And Peruzzi just got his hand to it. Panucci was just behind him. So there's plenty of aerial menace from Milan on these free kicks. I'd actually forgotten Panucci. Good save by Peruzzi. Just managing to claw it away. We're trying to find some space in that congested penalty box. It's Del Piero. To launch the counter-attack. Great tackle by Maldini.
This Milan team certainly looked up for it this afternoon. They're quicker to the ball, they're quicker in the tackle. They're the team that's dominating so far.
There's the goal again. An awesome strike by Marco Simone. Simone was back on the bench for the Italian squad against Croatia. Certainly for my money, he's one of the best in the business. Impish striker, and with an excellent scoring rate too. Torricelli. Quick to release Ravanelli. Costa Curta with his foot to it first. Then away by Milan's goalkeeper Sebastiano Rossi. Good block by Torricelli. I don't think it's his best position, the left-back role, but he can slot it anywhere, really. Weah, Simone, Weah again. Almost got through, he has! Super goal from George Weah. I thought he'd lost control of it there. But a little burst of pace, and he was in there. And with 14 minutes gone, Milan, remarkably, have a 2-goal lead.
I think he's got 3 goals in the league so far before today, Peter, but this is probably the best. Terrific 1-2. He's actually played that ball to Simone. Simone's given him a great first time pass back in his path. Great control. Here we go. There he is. He plays it and goes. Berkowitz's in trouble now. He's lost him. Weah's onto it. And keeps his calm just to toe end it. Past the goalkeeper. What a great goal.
Well, it's the first time this season that Milan have fielded a 4-4-2 formation again with the 2 up front. So far, it's revealed instant reward. 2 goals inside the first 15 minutes. A cracking start here for Milan. Simone and George Weah. Giaconati. Ravanelli on for Deschamps. Now Now Del Piero. This is promising for Juve. How tigerishly there is closed down by Costa Curta. He's been penalised. It's a free kick to Juventus.
That's right, but they seem to be having two players all the time challenging for the ball. They're really working hard, Milan, making it so difficult for Juventus to have any time on the ball.
Del Piero and Paulo Sousa hovering around the ball, looking to pose a problem or two for Milan. Here is Del Piero coming over on that right foot. George Weah back defending.
He's everywhere. He's everywhere.
He is.
There he goes again.
Deschamps, though, getting the better of him. And here's a chance. Vialli! But saved by Rossi. Superb reaction stop there. He was looking for a linesman's flag for offside, but it wasn't forthcoming. Panucci now. Kick to Milan, and a let-off certainly. Hard to see really from that angle whether he was onside or not. Milan at home for Juve, and Milan with very much the upper hand so far. Simone, in goes Weah. Vialli couldn't hold him off. Oh well, that's a bit harsh.
Well, I felt that was shoulder to shoulder. And Weah seemed the stronger of the two. Berkowitz is no slouch. And he's very strong physically as well, but that was shoulder to shoulder.
Torricelli. Now Iranio. This has gone for free kick to Milan. This is George Weah in pursuit. Look at his strength there. Oh, for a moment I thought he turned it in. Such determination by George Weah. He's been penalised for the challenge. But his commitment there was quite awesome.
Also his agility, Peter. He seems to be able to get his legs up so high, and even to get that ball, get a foot to that ball was tremendous effort.
It's real athleticism by George Weah. Here's Vialli. Weah sliding in. Takanadi inside the second minute now of stoppage time. Paulo Sousa. A last flourish maybe from Juventus, but no, not that way. They've looked a bit short on ideas in the last third of the field, Juventus, so far. That was Donadoni. Maldini wanting some movement ahead of him. Donadoni. But it's certainly been Milan's half, thanks to those two early goals. Juventus struggling to break them down, and they have looked vulnerable themselves in the back, certainly with the two goals. One or two other chances as well that have come Milan's way. Referee Bocci almost about to blow them for the end of the first half. Torricelli, an unchallenged header by him. Is Maldini. And a rare mistake by the Italian captain. There he is again to make amends. On by Weah. Vialli. This is Ferrara. Now Torricelli. Ravanelli's touch, Deschamps. Vialli ahead of him. Ran straight into Costa Curta. half-hearted appeal by Vialli. I think he then thought better of it. No question of that being a penalty. He ran straight into Costa Curta.
It was actually a poor ball from Deschamps. There was too much pace on it, Peter, and Vialli had no chance of getting it.
So at the end of the first half, Milan the dominant force, thanks to the goals early on, inside the first 15 minutes indeed, from Simone and Weah. Juventus so far with no firm reply. This is Donadoni, who had an excellent first half. 32 now, Donadoni, but clearly still well worth his place in the team. That's off Weah, but throw to Milan. It's going to be interesting to see how they accommodate Savicevic and Baggio and Simone and Weah in the same side. It's going to be impossible, of course, so I think there'll be some pressure from Berlusconi, the owner, on Capello, to put Savicevic and Baggio in the side, having spent so much money on the two of them. But then at the moment, Berlusconi has other problems to worry about off the field. Not that he's admitting to that. He's saying, my only worry is Juventus. That's Torricelli, and it's a corner to Milan.
Well, this is the system, this 4-4-2 system, Peter, that's been so good for Milan down through the years. And I don't know, to tamper with that now, while they've made such a good start to the season and they look so good today, be a very, very difficult decision for Capello to make.
But can he dare leave out Savicevic and Baggio when they're fit again? That remains to be seen. Here's Simone with the corner. Maldini. Eventually away by Torricelli, although not too far. This is Donadoni. And it was a free header that Maldini had been allowed. That's George Weah climbing high. This is Ferrara. Well cut out by Panucci, but Torricelli now racing down that left side.
Peter, I would say that if Juventus are going to get back into this game, they've got to get the distribution going from the back. You know, the likes of Torricelli and Ferrara and Berkwood have been hitting a lot of aimless balls up to the front runners. It's not really been fair on Vialli and Ravanelli. They haven't had that kind of service from the back, and they've really got to be more accurate with the long ball up to them.
Just that one real chance that came Vialli's way. Otherwise, very few opportunities have been carved out for Juventus. Vialli and Ravanelli thrive on the right kind of service, and so far it hasn't been provided. Foul by Simone on Ferrara. Tacchinani. Now Del Piero drifting onto his right foot. Well smothered though by Rossi. That's the danger of Del Piero when he cuts inside and whips in that right-footed shot. Not scored in Serie A so far this season, but he's got 3 in other competitions, Del Piero, and had an outstanding game for the Italian national side. That's what prompted the remark of Lippi, his coach, to say that he needs to work harder for his team, as he was on many occasions last season. Ferrara. Ravanelli. And Paulo Sousa. It was Desai who was in the way initially, and then Weah helping him out. This is Deschamps. Well, I thought for a moment that one had sneaked in.
So did I, Peter. I thought that Rossi had missed that and it was going to finish up in the corner of the net. We just see now how close it was.
Now Ravanelli is going off. Conte, I think, to replace him. Looks as if he's got a pull of some sort there.
Yes, I think he's holding his top of his leg, his thigh, and he looks as if he's in a bit of trouble.
I think Marocchi about to come on as well, and Vialli is going off. So a double substitution by Juventus. And that's seeing, well, obviously Ravanelli is injured. Whether Vialli is, I don't know. He's been struggling with a knee injury, Vialli. There is Marocchi. So the main strike force has departed. Now Panucci. Where is the target through the middle? Ferrara there with it. Let's look at his strength, and again Weah. But a perfectly executed tackle by Ferrara, who's now trying to hold off Weah. Donadoni. Little tangle off the ball. Boban. Weah! Charged down by Vialli. Simone. And Weah was struggling to reach that one. But the Juve goal was under threat again. I think Simone quite got hold of that one.
Yes, Boban took that, running at the Juventus defence there. Just a little touch inside for Weah. A miscue from Weah, probably the first mistake he's made today.
Deschamps. Boban away to Donadoni. Simone had pulled away to the far post. Wasn't the best of service though from Donadoni. Simone now. Maybe it's doing Juventus a disservice, but I'm a bit disappointed Milan haven't taken up the reins again in the second half. He could have sat back a bit. Or would you have expected that, Liam? Let's just see this chance here for George Weah. Maybe I spoke too soon. Still Weah with Ferrara there. And the shot's lost by Peruzzi. It was Boban who arrived. Almost a third goal then for Milan. The save by Peruzzi from Simone Boban. Juventus still forcing to play, but can they find a goal? The cross still not deep enough, out by Maldini. That's Costa Curta to hoist it upfield. Now here's a test Weah on Vialli. Panucci. Deschamps. Panucci. Milan edging their way towards victory, and they will see this as a huge psychological advantage too, to get the upper hand over their great rivals. Having certainly struggled against them in the past under Fabio Capello for all his success. Desai with the header. Torricelli and Paulo Sousa. On goes Marocchi, but it's Baresi with the clearance. Then Aranio for Milan. Vialli underneath it. Tacchinardi. Free kick. They had 11 away wins in Serie A on their way to the title last season. Well, they're going to lose this one today, unless they can find something to change the course of the game in the remaining minutes. Di Canio now is coming on for Milan. Simone, getting a rousing reception from the home fans, will be the man replaced. Also, Di Livio has gone off, and Perini, Sergio Perini, is on for Juve. Perini, a defender. Paulo Sousa. There's Di Canio, who was linked with a possible move to Blackburn a short while ago, but nothing came of that. This is Aranio now. He's got Di Canio away to his right. Weah's in the middle now. Rather tame cross though by Di Canio. Rocky. What a fine pass. Del Piero now. Can he finish from here? Del Piero has scored. And Juventus are back in contention. Tucked it away nonchalantly then. Alessandro Del Piero, his first goal in Serie A in the current campaign. We were wondering where the goal might come from. That's the reply from Del Piero. What a beautiful pass to it was from Marocchi to find him.
A good break from Marocchi. Del Piero just peeled away. Baresi was in two minds of whether he was offside or not. Decided to step up. Del Piero got away from Costa Curta, and he was at a difficult angle, but a great shot with his left foot, which is not his best foot. Great finishing. It makes it a tense finish now.
8 minutes to go, and Marcello Lippi's team are right back in it. Di Canio.
We've had quite a few injuries as well, Peter, and substitutions, so we might have a few minutes more than 8.
Tacchinani. The run by Del Piero. The policing by Baresi. Oh, great turn by Del Piero. And what a recovery too by Baresi.
Yeah, that's been a good battle the last half hour. He's done very well, Del Piero, when he's had to go up front to replace Vialli and Ravanelli. He's been up there on his own. He's held the ball up well, and he scored a great goal.
Here's Del Piero with the corner. Ferrara has come forward, and Miokamon, but it's fisted out by Rossi. Paulo Sousa. Read it on. Fine block by Desai. And a very important one too.
I was just about to say that, Peter. It was a good ball from Sousa to find Berkwood, and Berkwood was about to either cross this or get a shot on target.
This time it's the intervention by Di Canio. But Milan now at full stretch to contain Juventus in these closing minutes. Paulo Sousa. The Milan fans baying for the final whistle, but it won't be forthcoming yet. Here's Del Piero. Out by Baresi. Aranio. Tackle was from Torricelli. He's gone in from behind. He's furious with the decision, but well, the referee was right on the spot. And he says foul.
I thought he got the ball fair and square. And it was an important tackle as well, because he'd also found a Juventus player with the tackle. There you go.
Yeah.
They were still pressing Milan there, so it was a little bit of relief for Milan to get that free kick.
We're now into injury time. Tassotti about to come on. This will waste a few more seconds. Tassotti, the 35-year-old, who's, of course, hardly had a look in since the emergence of Panucci. It's Aranio who's going off, though. Well, presuming they do hold out, Liam, what's your overall assessment of Milan's win if it turns out that way against Juventus?
Well, if it does turn out that way, they've won the game in the first half, Peter, with their commitment and with their work rate, and 2 very good goals, especially the second one, a brilliant 1-2 between Weah and Simone. And they really dominated the first period. They've fallen away a bit the second half. All credit to Juventus, they didn't give up the ghost. But I feel Milan got a wee bit tired in the second half, and Juventus will come more and more into it. It's not over yet, though.
He looks very anxious down on the bench there. Fabio Capello, the coach of Milan. Here's Tacchinani. Weah back defending as well. He's brought him down too. Paulo Sousa taking the kick. Paulo Sousa again. Way uphill by Baresi. Weah is after it. Vialli. Damiani. Now Ferrara. Juventus pouring forward here. Marocchi, on goes Ferrara. Good defending by Maldini. But now he's getting it away. Deschamps. Del Piero. Tremendous finish. Del Piero. Oh! Perini. What an escape then from Milan. Perini at the far post. Del Piero. I thought if he'd gone down then that would have been a penalty.
I gasped, Peter, because I felt the Milan player, I think it was Panucci, had touched him, and I thought he was going to go over there. If he had gone there, but he decided to stay up, and he put a brilliant ball in. And how did Perini miss that? Oh dear, oh dear. What a finish that would have been.
Perini, the substitute, could have written a headline of devastating passion for himself then. He's arrived at the far post, and somehow he's contrived to head it wide.
Well, to be fair to him, there was a lot of pace on the ball from Del Piero, but brilliant play from Del Piero. They're hanging on, Milan.
Deschamps. There can't be too long to go now. Although, as Liam was saying earlier, there have been quite a few stoppages. And this will be a free kick to Milan. As we head into the 4th minute now of injury time. My word, there's some nail-biting around the San Siro, this fabulous arena, which has seen a game of high passion and commitment this Italian game. Torricelli lets it run, it goes Di Canio. But Peruzzi able to claim it ahead of him. Ferrara. That was Tassotti's header. Di Canio. Boban making the forward run. Ferrara's tackle. Well, again, I thought he caught the ball first.
That's right. He's penalised Juventus on 2 or 3 occasions. Just when they're trying to get back into the game.
He's just about kept his emotions in check then, Ferrara, when he discovered the decision had gone against him. Donadoni. Maldini. Donadoni. That's it. Fabio Capello's team have held on, but only just.
So Milan inflict the first defeat of the season on Juventus. Meanwhile, at the Stadio Comunale in Bergamo, Atalanta played host to Inter. Here's Gary Bloom.
So it's a free kick, well inside Roberto Carlos' country. Here he comes. Oh! I suspect the ball was little more than a white blur to the Atalanta goalkeeper Fabrizio Ferron. Fontelan. Got away from Lupi. Fontelan! He's only scored 1 goal so far this season, and that came at Napoli, but he wasn't too far away then. Turned his marker. Couldn't turn the ball in, though. Roy Hodgson about to take over as coach at Inter. Sproul gets it wide to Lupi. Aimed in towards Morfeo. Handball surely, Tovaglieri. In the end, it needed a save from Pagliuca, but I suspect Tovaglieri helped the ball down with his upper arm then. I'm sure he did. Morfeo. Helped in towards Tovaglieri. And got away in the end by Festa. The attack's not over yet, though. Pavone! He almost scores on his Serie A debut. He's Milan born and bred, and a goal today would be very special. Into with a corner. Fontelan. And away by Lupi. Festa. Well held by Ferron. It really was an ambitious effort by the into defender. Festa. Fontelan. He's through here. Good save by Ferron. It had to be a brave save too, diving at the feet of Davide Fontelan. Morfeo tackled instantly, and this is Del Vecchio. Now the game is crying out for a goal. Boselli, great tackle. Herrera across. Oh, and Del Vecchio swung a leg at Herrera then. The referee spotted it, and Del Vecchio's been sent off. He has already been sent off this season playing for the military national team, and he's been dismissed once again here. I think that the slow-motion replay will reveal that the referee, Pierluigi Collina, got it absolutely right. Del Vecchio swung a boot in anger there. Roberto Carlos to take the corner kick, and we're midway through the second half. It's still 0-0. Oh, it's an own goal off Herrera. Well, they're congratulating Festa, but in truth there wasn't an Inter player anywhere near Jose Herrera, the defender from Atalanta. Boselli! What a chance to draw Atalanta level. Morfeo. And Bonacina's fouled right on the edge of the penalty area. Just 5 minutes remaining of this game. It's a direct free kick. Morfeo! It's 1-1. Morfeo couldn't have placed the shot more accurately. He drove it between the upright and the despairing fingers of the Inter goalkeeper, Pagliuca. And one of the youngest players on the pitch scores a decisive goal.
So all square at the Stadio Comunale. Elsewhere, the evening clash saw Napoli take on Fiorentina, while improving Parma had a home clash with Udinese, and Sampdoria visited Piacenza. But we start our roundup with Cremonese's visit to Cagliari.
A banner which read "Sport Against Drugs" was paraded before every Serie A game. Luis Oliveira of Cagliari paraded his skill against Cremonese at the Sant'Elia Stadium. Indeed, it was the Brazilian forward who struck the only goal of this match, and it came from the penalty spot after Muzzi was fouled by Vialli. Well, at least he was, according to the referee. Turchi faced up to Oliveira, who scored the winner just as he did in last season's corresponding fixture. Cagliari were fortunate they didn't have Dario Silva sent off in the second half for elbowing Dalinia. The Uruguayan escaped with merely a caution. Dario Silva continued to make a nuisance of himself. Cagliari have now claimed 7 points from a possible 9 in their last 3 games. Lazio were hoping to end a run of 3 consecutive draws when they faced bottom club Padova, and they were without the injured Beppe Signori. Here Fuser was unlucky with a header. Lazio were also minus the services of Gigi Casiraghi, so Alan Boksic had a chance to impress. Perhaps Quickie's challenge on the Croatian should have resulted in a penalty, but it wasn't given. Here's Boksic again, this time supplying Esposito with a chance to score. He failed to take it. Padova had collected just 1 point from their opening 5 Serie A games. Still, they gave a good account of themselves in Rome. Gabrielli might have even given them a half-time lead. Lazio stepped up a gear after the interval. José's free kick touched the wrong side of the net. But on 73 minutes, Rambaudi got it right. Well, almost. His shot was deflected in by Rosa. Lazio were finally ahead. In the last quarter of an hour, Padova had to withstand a furious assault by the home side, who went in search of a second goal to secure their victory. Boksic almost found it before Fuzet did, with 11 minutes to go, as the Italian international claimed his second of the season in the top flight. So a comfortable victory in the end. Winter might have made it 3-0. Parma made heavy work of their home fixture against newly promoted Udinese, and perhaps more should have been expected from a side billed as championship contenders. Cannavaro went close, although the best chance early on fell to Paolo Poggi of Udinese. He should have done better. The away side were without their defender Giovanni Weah, and his replacement Ripa almost gifted Parma a goal. Battistini came to the rescue as he rushed out to deny Zola. Parma were rightly concerned about the threat of 5-goal striker Oliver Bierhoff, but they should have paid more attention to Poggi, who missed another glorious opportunity to give Udinese the lead. And there seems to be no limit to the length Stoichkov will go for a goal. Battistini should have been more aware of the danger, which was still lingering. Zola just couldn't direct his header on target. Parma was surely fearing Udinese would provide a repeat of their last performance at the Tardini Stadium when they came away with a 1-0 victory. Parma tried desperately to deny Udinese that pleasure. Dino Baggio clipped the crossbar and it remained goalless. At the other end, both Desideri and Stropper threatened Bucci's goal. Stropper's finish was disappointing. During the second half, Parma replaced Stoichkov with Melli, and it proved an inspired substitution. Melli's forceful header gave the home side the lead with just 14 minutes left. Ultimately, one goal proved enough to earn Parma maximum points. It could have been two. Melli was in an offside position when Sensini struck, and the goal was ruled out. It wasn't easy, but it's Parma's third straight win in Serie A. Sampdoria's coach, Sven-Goran Eriksson, described his team's display at Piacenza as disastrous. Judging by their first half performance, it's easy to see why. Catcher threatened to open the scoring before Carini did against his former club. Piacenza were in front 15 minutes in. From Carini's long pass, Sampdoria almost furnished Piacenza with another goal. What was Balleri thinking of? The Serie B champions didn't have to wait too long for their second. Appalling defending once again proved Sampdoria's undoing. Vialli made it 2-0. And in a crazy 6-minute spell for David Platt's old club, Piacenza claimed their third goal of the afternoon. This time it was Catcher who was on target for his fourth of the season. Sampdoria opened the second half with a goal from Maniero to breathe new life into this contest. The young striker claimed his third goal in as many games. With 42 minutes still to play, the Genoa side certainly had enough time to get back into it. Franceschetti's header was cleared by Carini. There was still the threat of Piacenza increasing their lead. Fortunately for Sampdoria, Catcher's second goal of the game was ruled out for offside. The home side then had their reserve goalkeeper Simone to thank for keeping out Seedorf. Piacenza's number one Taibbi was suspended. He may find it difficult to reclaim his place. Simone denied Mancini with an outstanding save. Late on, Piacenza were given the opportunity to restore their 3-goal advantage from the penalty spot. Di Francesco was brought down by Balleri, or was he? Perhaps justice was done when Carini became the first player to miss a penalty in Serie A this season. And in stoppage time at the end of the game, Sampdoria pulled another goal back through Mancini to make it 3-2. But time had run out for them. The performance of Torino's goalkeeper Enzo Beato was the single most important factor in this game. After a promising start, it all went horribly wrong for him. Both Capioli and Carboni came close to scoring for Roma. Torino's forwards matched Beato's good work early on. Abedi Pele put Torino in front after a quarter of an hour's play. It was the Ghanaians' first of the season. Torino doubled their lead 11 minutes later. Cristallini's free kick went in off Cevoni's back in the Roma goal. But then Beato presented Roma with a way back into this game. Firstly, his poor goalkeeping here allowed Branca to score his second of the season. Branca was preferred to Fonseca. Shortly afterwards, all Torino's efforts to win this game were undone by another disastrous error from the former Cesena goalkeeper. Capioli took full advantage this time to draw Roma level. He made it 2-2 before half-time. After the interval, it was Roma who looked the most likely to earn 3 points. Balbo should have given the away side the lead. He directed his header straight at Beato. Both teams went into this fixture with just one league win behind them. On Balbo's cross, Capioli stole in behind Torino's defence, but his finish was poor, and he knew it. Torino struggled to keep out Roma, but they managed to secure a point at the end. It's the 5th league draw in a row between these two sides at the Della Alpi Stadium. Bari played their first game since defeating Milan in week 5. A fixture away to Vicenza is never easy, and Bari found out the hard way. Gustavo Mendes was denied by an upright in the opening minutes. Vicenza struck the frame of the goal again soon afterwards. Maini took the free kick. The goal for Vicenza seemed inevitable. Midway through the first half, the Uruguayan international Marcelo Otero opened the scoring. He was set up by Maini. Just before half-time, Otero claimed his second and his fourth in his last 3 Serie A games to make it 2-0. Bari had Meneghetti back after suspension, but not for long. He was sent off in the second half. Despite that, it remained 2-0 to Vicenza, who haven't lost at home now for over 2 years, incidentally since Bari won here in September '93. A crowd of 65,000 turned out to watch Napoli at home to Fiorentina, despite the fact it was shown live on Italian television. Napoli had the chance to move to within a point of Milan at the top of the table. The former Fiorentina forward Renato Busso had the best chance early on. Fiorentina, wearing unfamiliar away colours, went close through Rui Costa. In the second half, Fiorentina had their giant goalkeeper Francesco Toldo to thank for keeping the scoreline blank. It took 78 minutes for the deadlock to be broken, and it came via an own goal by Tarantino. A free kick by Stefan Schwartz came off the Sicilian defender, and Fiorentina were ahead. Napoli, who were unbeaten in Serie A before this game, claimed a penalty when Piacentini handled inside the area. However, the award of a spot kick would have been harsh on the former Roma man. Fiorentina secured all 3 points with 4 minutes remaining. Massimo Orlando, who had been on the field for just 3 minutes, scored his first Serie A goal for more than 2 years. It's Fiorentina's first away win since March. So Milan have increased their lead at the top to 2 points, while Juve's defeat at the San Siro means they now drop 3 places to 5th. Parma, Lazio and Fiorentina are all now above the champions, who remain level with Napoli. Surprisingly, Vicenza move into 7th place. 3 clubs with high aspirations at the outset find themselves in the bottom half of the table. Sampdoria, Roma and Torino are all on 6 points, already 9 behind the leaders Milan. The bottom 2, Cremonese and Padova, have yet to register a win. Well, despite drawing a blank for the last 2 games, Igor Proti continues to lead the goals chart with 6. Udinese's Oliver Bierhoff is still 1 behind the Bari striker. Half a dozen players follow on 4, including man of the moment, George Weah of Milan. And we leave you with the top dogs in Serie A this week. Milan now the clear leaders following their 2-1 win over their rivals and champions Juventus.